Hey guys, it's Kiki, and today I'm going to be doing a plan with me for November 2019. I'm going to be showing you guys the spreads that I used for this month. Just a reminder, I'm only going to be uploading one plan with me per month and 2 normal videos per month, so only 3 videos per month. The editing might be a little bit dodgy in this video because I lost some of my work, but I really hope you guys enjoy and you find this video helpful. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. So as usual, I'm starting off the spread by drawing a square in the middle of the page, and then I'm writing November inside it in calligraphy. For this month, I decided to do a fish theme because I haven't used the color blue in a while. And since I am in the southern hemisphere and we are going into summer, but many of you I know are in the northern hemisphere, which means you guys will be going into winter. So I decided to do something that isn't really related to weather, but I know some of you might think that fish is related to summer, but you can still use this for a winter spread. Outside of the box, I am drawing some fish, so there are different designs that I'm using for each type of fish. So do whatever fish that you like and you can combine it like I did. Then to color in the fish, I am using a blue brush pen, so you can use any kind of pen in the shade blue or green, or if you want to change things up a bit, you can draw some other colored fish. The pen I am using here is from Amazon, and you'll be able to find lots and lots of different colored pens on Amazon. The one that I bought has 36 colors, so it is very helpful for bullet journaling, as I can do a range of colors for all my spreads. I'm also using the Marliner brush pens, and I absolutely love using brush pens for coloring in. It is just so satisfying to not only color but to also watch. To finish off these little fish doodles, I'm going in with a fine liner pen, but you can use any type of black pen of your choice, and I'm just drawing in the design, so like the eyes and the lines. So I have a vertical line and I also have the horizontal lines, as well as wavy lines and grid lines. Then in the space inside the square, I'm drawing in these coral reefs. So basically I'm just drawing an outline of the actual reef using the fine liner side of the pen. And then using the brush side of the pen, I'm just coloring in the inside. Of course you can use any pen again, but I like to use the brush pens as it is so satisfying to color in, and it's much easier. This monthly theme actually turned out to be a lot better than I imagined. It looks a lot prettier than I expected, and there's actually quite a lot of drawing, and since I absolutely suck at drawing, I cannot draw anything, like at all. If I can do it, you guys can do it. So I think this is a pretty good spread to do if you're not that good at art, but you also want good decorations. To finish off the spread, I'm just drawing some bubbles in the top half of the square, and this is just really easy. All you have to do is just draw some circles. The next spread is the monthly spread, and for the layout of the spread, I'm going to be doing the same thing as I did, or similar to what I did in my July spread. So I'm drawing a calendar in the top area of the page instead of the bottom area, and I'm drawing the title on the left hand side of the actual calendar. And usually I draw at the very top of the calendar, and the layout looks a lot more different. I think this layout makes the spread look a lot more sophisticated, and it looks less loud and more minimalist. Since this month the theme is fish, I'm going to be rounding all the corners because I think it looks a lot more like a fishbowl and it looks a lot less sharp, which makes it more ideal for the spread. Then just at the very top of the calendar, I'm just writing the days of the week from Monday all the way to Sunday. Then to add a bit of blue and make it look more ocean-like, I colored in the top part in my light blue brush pen. For the actual title of the spread, which will be November, I'm writing it on the left side of the calendar. I'm just using the fine tip of the mark liners to just write November. For the little space underneath the calendar, I'm writing next month and notes. For the leftover space, I'm just doing some doodles. So for the left-hand side, I'm drawing a fishbowl, and then inside it, just drawing a few small fish. And then above it, I'm just drawing a few bubbles. For the right-hand side, I'm just drawing a few fish and some bubbles again. Since I didn't want the spread to be too crowded and to have 5 rows of the calendar, I split the 3 boxes on the right side. So I had the 1st, 2nd and 3rd in the top half and the 8th, 9th and 10th in the bottom half. Then I just numbered in all the boxes from 1 to 30. The next spread is the notes and to-do spread. So for this month, I decided to do something a little bit different. So instead of going with the normal ordinary spread that I usually do, I decided to incorporate the theme into the spread. So since the theme is fish and ocean and things like that, I decided to draw a fishbowl. So I'm drawing one fishbowl for a notes section and also for a to-do section. Then to fill out the rest of the page, I'm doing some more doodles of fish and more doodles of some bubbles. So I think this spread is a lot less practical than the spreads that I usually do. It's a lot more aesthetic rather than practical. And I think that's okay when doing bullet journaling. And since for me it's not just about planning and having it practical and being productive all the time, I really like also decorating it and having a little bit of personality into it, so I can actually look into my bullet journal and actually try and fill it out. This month I'm changing a lot of things up. So instead of doing the sleep tracker that I usually do, which I never actually end up using because I just don't really find it that useful to have, and I just end up not filling it in and I don't feel motivated to fill it in every single day. So instead of doing a sleep tracker or mood tracker or any trackers like that, I decided to do something that I would actually use. So I'm doing a productivity tracker, and I haven't done this before at all in any of my videos, so I'm really excited to see how I will use this in November. So I think productivity is something I would actually be motivated to track. I would actually really enjoy tracking productivity, and I think it will be beneficial to me, especially so I can identify things that work for my studies and things that don't work for my studies. So basically I'm just drawing some bowls for each day of the month. So basically at the end of each day, you want to go back to your productivity tracker and fill in the bowl up to how much you think you were productive that day. And just as a disclaimer, you do not have to be productive every single day. I think that's a lot more harmful than good if you're trying to be productive every single day, because you're putting in all that stress on yourself. And I think being productive most days is really beneficial, but you definitely don't have to be productive every day. I think this is a great source of motivation if you want to be productive for that month. I think that just knowing that you have to track your productivity makes you more motivated that you want to be productive. And you can use this for anything that's not just productivity. If you want to get something done, you can do that as your tracker. And you can probably tell that I'm really loving this spread because I've rambled on for a while now. The last spread I'm showing you guys today is the weekly spread. So this weekly spread is again something that I haven't done before. I'm starting off the spread by writing November at the very top using my Pentel Fruity Touch brush pen, and then just writing the date beside it. To separate the page into 7 sections for the days of the week, I'm drawing in this rounded line, if that makes any sense at all, but it kind of reminds me of the top of the fishbowl, so I decided it was a good way to separate the page. As you can see here, I first ruled in all the lines, and then I'm going in just freehand and curving in all the edges. To add that bit of color to make it look more aesthetic, I'm going in with my mild liner brush pen and coloring in the inside of the line. However, this used a lot of ink and I instantly regretted it straight away. But you can just go get a highlighter and draw one line instead of coloring it in through. And as I mentioned, you can evidently see that it used a lot of ink, and you can see the actual page all folded up when it has a lot of ink. But after I finished coloring it in, I just wrote the days of the week and then the dates inside that line. Then I'm separating each section in half for the to-do section and the notes section for every single day. Then for the little space at the bottom, I'm drawing 2 squares with curved edges for the notes section and next week section. And there you have it, that was the plan with me for November 2019. I hope you guys enjoyed and you found this video helpful. And I'm really sorry about the last clip, how my book is a little bit slanted, and it probably annoys you as much as it's annoying me right now. But as always, make sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and comment down below if you have any ideas for upcoming months or any suggestions for future videos. Bye guys, see you next time!